Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay. Okay, so.
Did you start recording already?
Yeah, I did.
Oh. Sorry, I'm right faster.
Okay.
Name on my notebook.
Your book. Okay. So, hello.
Hello.
Do you want to do our intro?
What is it? What are we supposed to say again?
Whatever we
Hi,
want.
yeah. Hi, I'm Faith,
And I'm Jen.
and this is the Fine I'll Do It podcast. Right?
That's us. And we're back for another episode.
I'm excited. I get to do the listening.
You get to listen. We finally made it through our intro episode.
Hi, you know us now.
Yes. So, I guess I'll get right into it. In 2009, Andrea Olson and her partner were on food stamps when their first surprise baby arrived.
Andrea Olson.
Andrea Olson, have you ever heard of her?
I feel like I've heard the name.
I think you might have. So 11 years later, she was making over $600,000 a year, working 3 to 4 hours a day from home with 5 children. And at the time, today's world, she has 6 children.
Oh my god.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Which is partly why I chose the story, because if a mom can do it with 6 children, we can do it with 2.
Yeah.
The product that got her there, teaching parents how to potty train infants.
Of course. Of course.
Yes, not regular 3-year-old, 2-year-olds, whenever you start potty training, babies.
Oh.
Teaching babies, potty training babies from birth.
I've heard of this.
Which I thought I was mind blown. I've never heard of this before.
Elimination communication.
Yes, so you have heard of her.
I mean, I have, but I didn't realize that.
Yes.
I didn't know the name behind that.
So that is how she made and is making over $600,000 a year, working 3 to 4 hours a day.
Wow.
Supporting a family of 6 children.
Oh, okay. Is she single?
No, she's married.
Okay.
But she has married a few times throughout the story.
Okay.
So the husband, he was doing his own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the story doesn't really cover him because he changes.
I feel you. Okay, I was just curious, like, because you said 7, and I was like, "Where's the partner? Is she a single parent of 6 children?" That's crazy.
Yeah. So I got a lot of this information from. She doesn't have a book. It's all podcasts that I got.
Oh wow!
This info. So I was deep diving many podcasts on her, and just what I could find online. So we already did our intro. This is fine. I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Where we do real case studies on moms who built businesses after kids without a trust fund, a rich husband, and most likely without a nap. So why this story passes the FIDDY test. She started in 2010 with 1 kid, no money, no audience. And her start was a blog and an ebook that she launched to 75 people. That's her beginning. So the reason this might resonate with moms is if you're a mom looking for a big idea or already working on your hustle, she never scaled her hours.
Wow.
She started at 3 to 4 hours a day. Actually, she said she started when it was just the blog and her ebook. It was about 3 hours a week.
Wow.
And then she never went over 3 to 4 hours a day to current day operations.
My guess is that she's blessed with a few talents.
Yes, and she knows when to delegate.
Yes.
So her story doesn't begin with her baby. It actually begins with her friend's baby peeing into a sink. So this is pre her having a baby.
Oh, wow.
She's at a friend's house, obviously in California, because we're all a little more in touch with the earth here.
We a little crunchy.
Yeah. So her friend has a baby, and she's bending the infant over the sink, and it's peeing into the sink. And Andrea is mind blown. She doesn't know what the heck is happening. Anyways, that woman was doing this elimination communication method, which they call EC. And
I'm about to learn so much.
This was so interesting to me. I could not get over it. I can't believe I didn't hear about it in my whole midwife journey.
It is
and home birth
midwife.
things.
Oh, you're not a midwife.
No.
Okay, because I would really. You had a midwife. Okay,
no, I had a midwife, but I feel like that's something that's in that realm of very
I mean, I've heard of it,
non-traditional
but
Western.
and I know Sarah Beth did it. If you know Sarah Beth.
No.
Cat's friend.
Oh,
Anyway.
okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that we keep things cold because I'm very surprised by this.
Yeah, isn't this
So.
this is, and I've been trying to tell Colin about this method. Meanwhile, I've already bought her little toilet. That's what I've had Ozzy on. I don't know if you saw my Instagram story yesterday.
I was just like, yes, king.
Yes. So that is, I've already started EC with Ozzy. He's 15 months. And I'll
drop the link.
I'll drop the link.
And the book in the podcast.
Okay. So I'm going to get into the whole theory of that. Okay. But a little background on Andrea. So she had a hard time keeping a job. She said she got very bored. She was very efficient with work. And the whole, like you said at another time, the whole 9 to 5 thing was just super boring for her. She's efficient at work. So while she's at work, she reads the 4-Hour Work Week prior to doing any of these things. The book, 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss, which I've read. Amazing. It's so good. I think every business owner should read it. So many hacks on how to keep your hours to a minimum. Anyway, so she's already done that groundwork while she's employed free children. So her and her partner were on food stamps at the time of her first child. Her partner was in between jobs. They have no money.
Yeah.
Food stamps. And the baby, they were not planning on the baby. It was a surprise. So her partner was listening to a passive income podcast, and he's trying to start his own business. And she's overhearing this podcast that he's listening to, and she starts taking notes, and she says, this sounds very interesting. I think I could do this.
Yeah.
And so she actually launches the thing. Poor husband didn't quite get his, what together, but she did. And now we're studying her story. So we talked about where she'd heard about the EC before having babies. And that was something she said she always loved children, but like the whole idea of changing diapers is just kind of nasty, and you do it for years, and so as soon as she heard about EC, she said that is what I'm going to do when I have kids someday. That's what I'm going to do.
After she saw her friend's baby pee in the sink.
After she saw her friends, yep.
She said, okay, career.
She's like, I'm going to save that for when I have children. So she does a bunch of research. She researched the EC history. And so it's based on that we are mammals, and that our instinct is not to soil ourselves, our caregivers, or our environment. That's mammal instinct.
Yeah.
If you had a puppy or train a dog, like you crate train them first because they don't want to
pee in their crate.
Do that. Yeah. They don't want to mess up their environment. And so the thought is that when we put them in diapers from day one, we train that instinct out of ourselves. And so we're trained to pee and poop on ourselves for a couple years. And then we're like, hey, just kidding, I want you to use the toilet. And we all know how hard potty training can be. I've seen, yes.
Yeah.
Every kid is different, and some of them pick it up and it's fine, but some of them.
I just told Enzo he could pee outside. And he was like,
that's fun.
Deal.
Yeah. So maybe for boys, it'll be a little different.
Should we turn that light on?
Yeah, that's a good. EC is the natural potty training. And they still use diapers. They just use it as a tool and not as the potty. So so she says when you're out and about, you're running errands, you obviously have a diaper on the kid. Mm-hmm. But at home, you're observing them and you're learning their cues. So I didn't realize this, but apparently from day one, infants will give you cues when they need to use the bathroom. Like they'll actually fuss every time before they need to pee or poop. And when they're that young, I don't know, I just was like, it's just a baby, it's just crying. I'm not really figuring out what the difference between the cries are.
What do they say? There's like 6 things that can be wrong. You got a wet diaper, poopy diaper, they're tired, they're hungry, teething, burp.
Yeah.
Maybe there's one more. Their clothes are wet or something.
Yeah. But babies are supposed to be, like, they don't have a reason to complain unless there's something wrong.
There's not a lot going on in there.
There's not a lot going on. So I love this because it encourages baby bonding and moms to be learning the cues of the baby. And I don't know how you were when you first had Enzo, but when I had Indy, I was so overwhelmed. It was
a wreck.
It was just it's a lot to absorb. And my mother-in-law came over a few weeks after Indy was born, and Indy starts crying. She's like, "Oh, what does that mean?" And I was like looking at her like, "What do you? I have no idea. Like your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. Like I just fed her, so she's probably I don't know.
She's not hungry.
Yeah. Um, but I wasn't at all thinking about learning her cycles. Like, oh, after she eats, she does this,
Right.
then she does that. So now I know she's probably going to need to use the
Yeah.
bathroom. So I love this method because it teaches mom to be a little bit more aware of the kid and something specific to look for. Because
Yeah.
for me, I
Literally
know
shot in the dark.
I'm like, if you're just telling me to observe the kid, I'm going to be like, okay, she's still there.
It's pretty cute.
Well, yeah, it's cute.
Looks like me.
What am I looking for? So I like the direction. I need the direction.
Yeah.
So Andrea used this method successfully for her first kid. Loved it. The
Yeah.
kid's out of diapers by walking.
Okay. It's like 16 months. It's crazy.
Yeah. Depending on when your kid walks. Some are a little slower than others. Aussie.
Respect.
So let's talk about her first launch. So she's in her mid to upper 20s. She never tells us her age. So we're guessing around her age. She's mid to upper 20s.
Must be a boomer.
So in 2010, she launches her blog. She writes the ebook while she's nursing. While the kid's 0 to 1, she's working on the ebook. She works, she says, 3 hours a week early on, mostly on the blog. And then she launched the ebook to a list of 75 people.
Wow.
So I'm guessing this is her contact list, or people she knows.
Yeah, or people who have signed up for the blog.
Exactly, people who have shown interest in her blog.
Thank you to the 10 people who have shown interest.
Yes, thank you to the Fitty following. So she launches to 75 people, and in the first year of her ebook and launching, she makes $45,000, which I'm like, that's pretty good.
In 2006, you said?
No, 2012.
Oh wow, 2012. Not that far, but still,
not too far.
$45,000
for a first year.
Oh, in a year. That's still good.
It's great.
That's most people's salary.
And she hired her first VA 4 months after launching. So she was only making. So she's making $500 a month. Again, like not life changing, but when you're on food stamps, that actually kind of is life changing.
That's lunch.
Yeah. So she hired a Philippine-based virtual assistant.
Big fan.
As soon as she could. Big fan. I know that is.
Are your virtual assistants Filipino
yes,
too?
Yes, they are. Yep.
Wow, we have so much in common.
I think it's a huge hack, and once you become aware of this hack, you notice how all businesses are doing that.
To put people on that hack, and they're like, I'm like,
you can hire help.
Enjoy.
with like before anyone else can.
I will say that this is males who are not taking my advice. Okay. I'm sure a mom would take that advice if they needed it.
As they should. So she's paying her VA assistant $5 an hour, which is still crazy, like typical wages. Yeah. We started at like, I think $6 an hour, and we have some assistants that are $8 an hour.
But we should tell them that that is a livable wage in the Philippines.
That is a livable wage. That's actually an
above a livable wage. Yes. That's like they can take flights.
We're not ripping people off here. No. That is actually like the going salary for work.
Yeah. And they work on your schedule.
Yes. Yes, our VA works night shift there and works daytime for us.
And they're so kind.
And actually excellent at their job. Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't know what's happening in the US, but work
take notes.
Yes, take notes. That's all I need to say. So she's getting help for 5 hours a week. So that's how she is able to spend so few hours in her business always, because she immediately hires help.
Yeah.
And she has her VA assistant doing basic research, customer service, and pre-searching topics for Andrea, so that when she logs in and wants to do her 3 to 4 hours of work, she knows exactly what she's writing about on her blog.
Wow.
Because her VA has teed everything up for her.
And that's a lesson in delegation right there.
Yes, I was taking so many notes on this. Excellent. Someone else do the research, me show up and do what I'm good at.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So it's just the ebook for the first 5 years, which is kind of a long time just to be an ebook. But
not even published.
Yeah.
Like
no hard copies. No, it's just the ebook.
Wow.
And she said that that was a really good thing for her business, just to have a singular focus. She talks about other people launching a ton of products or being very spread out. And she said, if you don't have the focus to really pour into that one thing, then it won't be excellent.
And you can always do like version 2.0, version 3.0, which you see a lot.
True.
In this type of thing.
So I'm going to go over the growth ladder. So she started with the ebook, which turned into a course. The book was the how and the course was the what, and they cross promoted each other.
Wait, so the book how told you more in detail, and then the blog was the what?
The course.
The course. Okay.
And so they cross promoted each other.
Yeah.
And then that led into her second business that she launched, which is called Tiny Undies, because she had all these parents that were successfully potty training their babies, so they're out of diapers way before there are underwear the size for these sweet little bum bums. So now she makes a product, tiny underwear.
Write that down.
Tiny undies.
Tiny undies. Because we're gonna potty train our children.
Right. I already started. I'm like, I love this idea. I love it. And so she actually founded this company in Thailand, produced some underwear over there and brought it back. Okay. She doesn't live there. She was just there visiting.
Doing research?
I guess doing research. So she brought back 50 pair as like a test and completely sold out immediately and saw the demand exploded. People.
Wow.
Yes. Yes, to her audience that she'd already been teaching people how to get kids out of undies.
So cool.
Or not undies, out of diapers. So now we're going to talk about business number 3 that she launches. It started off as Mama Works, but is now Mamapreneur on her website.
Okay.
And she's teaching moms to build income, moms how to build home businesses.
Okay.
So she's coaching.
Okay.
She's coaching moms how to do what she did.
Yeah.
And her little like specialty on her page was the One Idea Lab, which we kind of you kind of talked about it earlier without knowing her story. She called it the incubator, and she helps you validate your idea. Yeah. So she said that she noticed a lot of moms who were inspired by her story had a lot of, she called it untethered ambition.
Yeah.
She said, we've got all these ideas,
so many,
but we're not focusing on one thing and launching one thing. And so she created this One Idea Lab to help moms figure out, hone in on their one idea, what suits them, and go all in on that one thing.
All in being the key.
Yes. Yeah. All in being the key, and focused being the other key. Something that I'm always, I feel like, struggling with, because I have so many projects going on, and I constantly think I could be so much better if I was doing one thing, but
that's never gonna happen.
It's never gonna happen for me. I'm also Sagittarius, so it's just it goes against my nature. I need to experience everything. I need to kind of do everything.
Yeah, and as a mom, like, you're never going to be just doing one thing anyway, especially as a business owner. So it's like, why
I'll try to keep my business launches to a minimum. But also, if you come to me with a great idea, let's do it.
I was first in line.
Yeah, Faith is first. Okay, so the more she's building out her businesses, she's sticking to the 3 to 4 hour work schedule. So she becomes less and less available personally to her audience. She now is hiring coaches, and she has part-time VAs as her buffer. She says at this point she has 4 to 8 employees at this time. And she's charging a premium then to speak with her specifically, because her time is so valuable. Yeah. So early on, when she was getting started with launching her course, I was curious how she knew how to do this progression. And she took a course from Amy Porterfield. Have you heard of her? She's a big digital products online coach. And I definitely want to cover her on this, because she teaches all these courses how to do this. So I thought it was very fascinating that Andrea actually took her course.
Yeah, because that's something that I find interesting, and I think I was talking about it earlier with you before we started this is the online course situation. To me, I feel like I'm always looking for an online course, but I'm never quite convinced that they have the information that I actually need. And
Mm-hmm.
so it would be interesting to find the people who are doing it first, because they
Yes.
obviously probably weren't doing what I'm finding online.
Yes, and she did say that she followed Amy's course to a T. She said, "I'm an excellent student, so I just did exactly what she said, what she laid out for me, and she has this incredible business." And then she was coaching people how to do exactly what she did. So
Yeah, I mean,
it's
I'm a huge one-on like coach person, but course not so much. Like coaching,
yeah.
course hard for me. I don't know why. Do you feel that way?
I haven't taken a lot of courses.
Okay.
I don't mind doing the research
Yeah.
myself, and so a lot of times it would probably be faster to do a course.
Yeah.
I don't know. I am
I prefer like one-on-one coaching to course
you
work.
could get I think you get a lot more out of it. We actually did a business coach for
Yeah,
our real estate business, and that was incredibly expensive, but I think it saved our company.
exactly. I've hired coaches for like sleep training coaches. I've hired coaches for like
Oh, really?
parenting coaches. I've had a coach for like ADHD and productivity. I've had a coach for, I guess now trauma awareness, which I have not completed. Sorry, Kim, and because it's a course.
Yes. We know what you
But
need.
yeah, I'm a big coach fan. So the coach things, I'm excited to look these people up.
Is your mic green? Okay, cool, cool. Um, yes. I I'm with you. I agree coaching is incredibly valuable.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, I
all
got
this
us a
time,
little off track. My
that's
bad.
all good. I was just trying to figure out where to get back. So all of this she built with 5 kids.
Wow. Yeah.
This whole thing, she has 3 businesses.
It sounds like sometimes when you have so many kids, you don't have a choice but to make it work.
You have to.
You
Oh,
just get it
in
done.
today's world, I can't even fathom
No.
having 6 children and the financial burden of that.
Yeah, and you just figure that's what I tell people who don't have kids and they're scared about kids. They're all like, "Oh, I'm just not ready." I'm like,
There's
there's no
never
such
getting
thing.
ready.
And that's like
There's
with
no such thing.
anything. That's with anything really.
Yeah, and business,
Yeah.
same thing. You're not ready. You just have to do it and figure it out.
Yep.
So I'm going to go into numbers a little bit. We talked about the $45,000 year one just from the ebook and launching to 75 people. At the time of interview, there's a couple interviews that I was going through and taking notes, and by 2020, she's making 600,000 a year
From
at
2012 to 2020.
yeah, so like 8
Yeah.
years.
That's amazing.
And she is
Hoping this for me. Channeling that energy.
she's still at 3 to 4 hours a day, which I just can't get over.
Yeah. The opposite of Elon Musk.
In 2023, she has a 7-figure business, 14 employees, and 14 to 15 products.
Wow.
It's a lot.
That's crazy.
And she has an email list. She's getting 100 to 150 signups a day.
I'm
She's
about
not
to be
even
one of
doing
those.
yeah, I know. Same. I already am actually. I already get all of her emails. I'm all in. And she's not even running Facebook ads at that time.
That was the time of Google ads, even or AdWords. I wonder if she even needed Google SEO. Probably.
She was doing yeah, because blogging is
Yeah.
SEO.
Yeah.
So she's just doing it. I couldn't believe how much she did off of the most random topic. That's why I love online
Niche.
I love digital products, online business for moms, because I think everybody has something they have something that they're good at, something
Yeah.
unique about them that they could package up into a product or a course
Yeah.
or coaching if that's what we prefer.
Yeah.
But every I th-
There's certain
everybody
things
has
you have to
something.
course. You
Yes,
can't coach
true.
everything.
So I guess I'll get into a little bit about the tactics. So when she was starting the courses and classes, it sounds like she did some free things. She'd do free classes to get people into her funnel.
Mm-hmm.
She'd share on social, a lot of free information on socials
Yeah.
to get people interested. She would do an awareness week, day, or month, and then she just promoted her own content. Like, you can make anything up. She's like, I'm going to do an EC awareness week. This is EC awareness week. We're going to do an awareness week on the village.
This is a video awareness week. I hope you're aware.
And then you just promote the heck out of whatever you're doing for a week and you just call it an awareness time frame.
I like it.
I thought that was
I love
way
her.
too easy and too
Too easy.
easy. Please make it more complicated for me. She talked about she'd do email challenges that built excitement.
What is this email challenge? Very intrigued.
So when you're a part of her email list, then she would just do a challenge. Maybe I don't know, had
Send to 5 people and you get this or something?
yeah, oh yeah, something like that. That could be. She didn't go specifically what her email challenge was. I'm trying to think what it could be.
Yeah. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah,
I'm
but
like really into bringing back old ways of doing business. I think with the new way of doing business, like so much AI and ads and stuff, I do think that there will be a time when we're back to like cold calling people and like one-on-one
people
conversations
want
and
to talk
email
with a human.
marketing and stuff like that. So I'm interested. Bring it back.
Yes, do it.
Email
So
challenge.
so
Write that
she's doing
down.
email challenges, which then led to webinars, and she talked about how important to have a room full of people or a webinar full of people that were actually excited about your topic. So she'd prep people so that they're
Yeah.
really excited, and then she'd host a webinar, all these excited people, then she has this product, and so it was like a really easy funnel to go into her courses
Yeah.
and
Did you learn a lot
coaching.
about funnels?
I did learn a lot
I
about
love a good
funnels.
funnel.
I love a good funnel too. This is so fun, yes. She surveyed her audience constantly.
Hmm.
She said she's always asking for engagement on socials. She's always asking. She wants to chat with her target audience. She wants to know
Yeah.
what's happening. She says, I don't want this to be a waste of your time or my time. So
Yeah.
tell me what you need. What do you want? And she turned that into courses specifically based on what they
Wanted to know.
wanted to know, which was, again, too simple. Make it
What do you
harder.
guys want to know? Let us know.
Yeah.
We can't
So
wait
so
to
tell
tell
us
you.
what you want to know. So her pricing, she charged more for her ebook
Okay.
than you might expect. Her book was $54 and the Kindle was $38
Hmm.
at the time of the interview. And I went online to double check what her prices were, and it was 45 and 38. So almost
Still.
the same.
Yeah.
But she said her book, she included an audio version,
Mm.
forum access, links to videos,
Mm-hmm.
and she just really oversold her product. She added
A
everything
lot of
a
value.
lot of value to
Mm-hmm.
it. So she thought it was definitely worth the value. And she said I even tried to lower my price to see if it would do better, and she said it didn't.
Yeah.
She said people don't value things that
Mm-hmm.
are free
Yeah.
or even cheaper. When you have to pay a little bit more, people will pay attention to it and it means
Mm-hmm.
something. And I'm the same way. I've
Yeah.
done all these apps like
Oh,
for fitness,
apps.
and I currently have one that's more expensive than any of the other ones, but I actually take it seriously. I'm like, oh, I'm spending this much money. I actually have to work out.
That's another thing about digital products too, is that they're easy to forget about. It's easy to like the subscription model is insane.
Yes, and yeah, a lot of subscription models right now. But my takeaway from that was you might think
Yeah.
to start really low, but you also have to remember what value you're giving. And she
Yeah.
was
And if you
very
don't feel like the value's there, add more.
add more.
And it
And
doesn't always have to be
yes.
crazy.
So when she's putting this price tag on, she felt very confident. This is absolutely worth it because she's
She
giving
must
you
have
all the
read some books or something.
I wonder if
She
this
knows a few
is
things. She's
she
been a
knows
few
a few
places.
things. She's naturally good at this, it sounds
Yeah.
like, but also, I mean, she did the course at the beginning. I don't know what is in this Amy Porterfield's
And
course.
is that the one that her husband was taking?
No, this is separate.
I want to know what that one was.
That was just a podcast he was listening to.
Okay.
Yeah, she went then her interest was piqued. She went then and did the course
With
to
Amy
with
Porterfield.
Amy Porterfield, learning how to actually
Do online.
sell
Okay.
online courses and do a digital business.
We have homework to do.
We have a lot of homework. So in the beginning, she talked about the importance of an effective landing page. It was non-negotiable. If you have a great product, it will also spread by word of mouth, but you
Mhm.
have to have an excellent landing page that
Yep.
you can capture emails, you can capture
Mm-hmm.
contacts so that you
Mm-hmm.
can share this with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that.
Abdul would say the same, and I'm so glad that he did to me.
So I'm going to get into lifestyle a little bit. The 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss, if you want to read that,
I gotta add the Tim Ferriss part.
shaped everything. She stuck to her hour commitment even while scaling. She talked about it a lot in her podcasts about the mom hustle
Yeah.
and how moms are likely not trying to build a business that demands their time 24/7 because you have children, you've got a family, and if you wanted to work 8 to 24 hours a day, you could just get a job.
Right. Go to school. Get a job.
Which,
And
yes, I agree with, but also being an entrepreneur, it's demanding, and I guess you have to set boundaries, otherwise you
yeah.
will end up working all the time, and it is your own thing, which is exciting, but
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate that she knew right away, I am a mom, I'm dedicated, like, I'm not doing something that's gonna rip me away from my children, I actually want to know
Yeah.
my children.
Yeah.
So, she she said the amount of time you'll allot for work will fill that time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is so true. When I am like, "Oh, this is gonna take so long," it ends up taking so long. Or when you just have such amount of like, a certain amount of time to do something,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you end up making that happen.
Yeah. I'm a big
I don't
procrastinator, so I run off pure chaos. It's
That's
not
fun.
healthy, but I enjoy the adrenaline rush, I suppose.
So, what I'm always interested in is how moms do it with kids and what's happening with the kids.
Yeah.
And she said she never worked with her kids home. She always had a sitter
Oh, wow.
or they were at school, and she didn't try to work while they were around. She said it was not efficient work, and
Yeah.
she was all about working efficiently.
Yeah.
So when they're home, she put her work away
Hmm.
and she put her phone away,
Wow.
and that was it. So if she wanted to work, she said even in the beginning when she didn't have very much money to have a nanny, she would hire somebody for 1 hour to come over and she
Right.
would work, and then she would work during nap time.
We do need to remind people that she, for the bulk of her career, does have a lot of virtual assistants, and
Mm-hmm.
that is how she's making that work.
Yes.
And virtual assistants in the Philippines specifically are way, 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 way less expensive here,
Yes,
like
than
than
here,
here.
than
So that like
US
that is a big
based
key on how
work.
she's getting this stuff done.
Yes, it's a huge
Huge.
key. When she's home, she hides her phone, she says. Because that was one question that one of the interviewers asked, how do you turn it off? And I was very curious about this too, because even though I say I'm not working, I have all these things in my mind and I'm thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said, obviously that's very hard, but you have to set, that's like just another thing, a boundary you have to set, that I'm not working. And then she mentioned another book, How to Break Up with Your Phone. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I immediately got that book and started reading it. Basically, it just talks
Yeah.
about how to set boundaries because
With yourself, my
with
word.
yourself, but especially phones, I think we're just all a little bit addicted. And then if
Yeah.
you have the excuse of it's for business, I
Yeah.
find myself a lot of times
Making the excuse to do it.
making the excuse that
Yeah.
I need it. And yeah, basically, I'm just becoming more aware of how real boundaries need to be set.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Is there something that you've noticed in your life that happens that when you don't set the boundaries?
I have a hard time turning that business side off. And then
Mm-hmm.
even though I am physically around my kids
Mm-hmm.
and my daughter, and she's very active and energetic and she's wanting to interact, I
Mm-hmm.
am like kind of glazed over
Yeah. A
and
little
grumpy.
frustrated. Yeah.
Yes, because I'm thinking about that other thing, and oh, I need my phone because I need to respond to that. I need to do
Yeah.
that. But
Mm-hmm.
it's also just lack of organization, I'm finding,
Yeah.
because this week, as I'm using a project management tool way better than I have in the past, I realized I can actually get a lot more things done in this small amount of time. And
Yeah.
then once I can get that stress, when I can get those tasks done and that
Mm-hmm.
kind of out of my system,
Yeah.
then I'm actually free, like, I have the mental space to be with my daughter and not be
Right.
frustrated that I'm not getting this other thing done.
Yeah.
So, part of it is
Yeah.
just,
No, I
you
really.
know,
Mhm.
that organization. So, she also talks about automating the home like a business, which tell me more, I need all of this. So she said even like grocery shopping. She's like, I always order the groceries ahead. I either have them delivered or I have them ordered and then I just swing by and pick them up. She had a weekly house cleaner who comes and folds the laundry. She
Mhm.
said as soon as like just like she launched the business, as soon as she could afford to hire an assistant in the
Mhm.
business, she did that.
Yeah.
As soon as she was at a place that she could afford to hire somebody to come to the house, she did that. She's like, "This is not a good use of my time.
Yeah.
I've got this many hours I'm working.
Yeah.
I need the help in the home so that I'm not
What great
chasing."
advice, because so many moms don't hear that. There's a lot of moms who are pressured into being full-time employees, full-time moms, and then told that they also must be in charge of their home. So,
Absolutely. So she said the more kids she had, it just forced her to be more organized because there's no way she's
I
doing it
guess if
that.
you start throwing 6 kids in the mix, you're in charge.
You,
The mom's in
you know
charge
how
at
to
that
get
point.
things done. She also talked about how teamwork with your partner really matters. And even though she did have a couple failed marriages,
Mhm.
she talked about how much smoother things ran when you were
Yeah,
doing this
together.
together and when
Mhm.
you're on the same page.
Yeah.
So I feel like we can't we can't not address the shadow side because we talk about the ups and the downs on Fitty.
Yeah.
So she was the breadwinner, as
Mhm.
we've talked about how much money she's making, and the husband originally was in between jobs and trying to figure out his own business. And at the time of one of the episodes I was listening to that was launched in 2020, she talked about how her husband was still trying to accept that she was the breadwinner. So there
Yeah.
was definitely some tension in that.
I
They
get
ended up not working out, so I guess they never figured that out. She says it's not she did not attribute any of the divorce to her business,
Hmm.
just more like a they weren't paired well or growing together.
Yeah. I mean, I think that is, definitely a hard part of starting a business not with your partner, like, on your own, is that.
Your business can pull you
Yeah,
away, and if your partner's on not on board, you could inevitably end up kind of going,
separate
yeah,
directions.
separate directions. So, she said in the year of 2021, she actually hardly worked at all. This is already after she has a $600,000 or she's making $600,000 a year. In 2021, she goes through the divorce and she says she's not working basically that entire year. But the business survived without her because she had built it to run without her,
Mhm.
which that's the payoff of the whole structure,
Yeah,
how she did that. And she said, I obviously did not plan to have a failed marriage,
yeah,
but that's inevitably what happened. And she was just so thankful that she had built her company in the way that she had because
yeah,
it was a devastating time and she just couldn't mentally handle being there.
yeah.
So,
I think from my experience with the delegating, because 'cause I've done a lot of delegating and been off work for a month, I feel, actually. Um, I'm still working, but it's not to the extent that it would be normally, and if I wouldn't have. I feel like I actually didn't really have a choice in hiring somebody or not, or getting the help or not. I literally couldn't do it all, so
yeah.
I think.
Well, that's good that you knew that. You knew right away you weren't
Oh,
going to try to do it because I think that's a trap that a lot of solopreneurs get into is they
yeah,
have to do it all. And we definitely were in that with the real estate.
yeah,
Initially, we were doing everything ourselves and we were
yeah,
spinning and we were also keeping the equity of the whole company. If
yeah,
that's another tactic that,
yeah,
she didn't do here, she was able to make money so she could hire assistants. But
yeah,
some people, like if you can't do it all yourself, you can also partner with somebody
yeah,
and obviously give away part equity and
which I
um
am considering doing myself.
which
But, like.
is better than maybe not making money, having 100% of the company and not
Well, like for
making.
now, I delegate a lot of work, and but right now I'm still in the growth phase, so I don't really make a whole lot of anything. It's everybody else that makes the money, but the business wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to run the business without them. It's just like a necessary thing, in my opinion. But I do think that a lot of people try to do everything themselves, and they find themselves burnt out and not wanting to do it, and not being able to survive past that, and then not making it because they wanted to make money. I guess I don't know. I get it. It's kind of hard.
Yeah, it's hard in the beginning.
I'm babbling
So
on.
that's the end of my story. I guess I'll go through some takeaways.
Yeah.
So the one thing is the focus, being dedicated to potty training infants for years. She said, I'm just doing this one thing.
Uh huh.
And she had the ebook for 5 years, but it was like everything that she built was a natural progression. It started with this one thing, that the potty training,
Yeah.
and she just had the ebook initially.
Uh huh.
So just staying focused and then letting it that grow, but everything like complemented each other
Yeah.
so that it wasn't like she was trying to do many different things that didn't correlate. She was really focused, and
Yeah.
like I said, that's what I need a little bit more of in my life.
Don't put me on the chopping block.
She also said when you're thinking of an idea or you have an idea to start a business, she said pick one and stick with it for 12 months before you try anything else. You've got to give it at least 12 months to season and see if you've really got something. It can take a little while for it to pick
Yeah.
up. So before you ditch it and try something else, stick with it. And then I really liked that she talked about um,
It's okay. That's what
hire
editing's
as
for.
soon as you make money.
Yeah, literally. Even if you're not
As
making
soon as
money.
it, oh yeah, we just kind of ended. Yeah, we were just talking about that. If you can't afford to hire, partner with somebody
Yeah.
because you can't do it all, especially if you're also trying to run a household.
It's the only way to scale is to delegate. And I
Yes.
tell moms that quite often, even though I might not be coaching them or being paid to tell them, unfortunately, I do tell them. I'm like, they're like, I have a hard time telling. I have a friend specifically who's told me I have a hard time figuring out what to delegate. And I just say everything. Delegate everything. You don't need to choose. There's no reason to prioritize. Literally, you do not want
Right.
to be doing anything.
Like if you're really good at one thing, if you have your specialty, obviously you
Yeah.
could do that thing, but like there's so much that goes into business. When I started doing photography,
Hmm.
however many years ago,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I love taking pictures. I'm going to be a photographer."
Hmm.
Not realizing that taking photos is about this much of the company. It's like
Yeah.
10, 12, 20% tops of actual business.
Hmm.
And I got really frustrated because I wasn't trying to get into business at the time, not
Yeah.
realizing I just thought it would be,
Fun way to make
I thought it'd be
money.
a fun way to make money, not
Mhm.
realizing all the things that go into it, managing a website, managing clients, multiple
Yeah.
clients at a time, deadlines, invoicing. There's so many things. Marketing
Yeah.
is a job in and of itself.
Yeah.
Social media, like try to market on social media and not get trapped in social media for 2 hours accidentally.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I think also hiring the right people is super important. Like, don't just go hire anybody just because you can afford them. I think there's people in your affordability range, I guess you could say, that are good employees, and you need to vet them very well because you can spend a lot of time training somebody on how to do something and them not work out, and that is really difficult. So I think spending more time trying to find the right people is really
The
important.
right people, definitely.
Sometimes they just stumble into your front door via babysitting. I don't know.
That would be nice.
I have one. Her name's Carla.
All right, that's all I have for you today.
Fun, fun, fun. I like her.
I
She's
like
very
her too.
cool. I can't wait to look her up and get my tiny potty, tiny undies,
Yes,
um,
all of it.
the
I'm
course,
probably gonna
the
get a
email
course.
challenge,
I'm
and
like, I
Amy
need this.
Porterfield's
Yes.
4 Hour Work Week
Oh, yes. We'll link everything
in our blog.
in the blog. We'll have links to all these things.
Hmm.
and in the show notes.
Yep.
They'll be there for you. Okay. Bye.
Bye.